everybody, and welcome. Hope you're all having a great day today. So, today I'm reacting to the newest museum vlog from Chantal and Salah and briefly touching on two of the mukbangs that she did. Don't worry, we're not going to stay too long because, as you know, I hate watching her eat. There's really no sense in watching her eat. Mainly going to cover the comments of both videos and stuff on Twitter. We're just going to wrap it all together into one video because honestly, there's just no sense in doing three videos when in fact I hate watching her eat and I know you guys hate watching her eat. It's just disgusting. So, hope everybody is having a great day. Like I said, I have to go to work in a few minutes, but before we get started, let me share a bit of good news. So, as you all know, I am looking to upgrade myself on my channel, just do better live shows and do better videos for you guys. So, I did a little bit of online shopping last night, got a couple of 1080 HD webcams coming. I also have a brand new Blue Yeti microphone coming because the microphone that I'm using right now, it's not all that I need it to be. So, got a new microphone on the way. A few other things as well. So that way I can do better content for everyone. So I'm happy about that. And more improvements will be done as I can do them. But let's get into the Chantal content because that's what you're here for. So let me just go ahead and switch over to Twitter. I can show you some Chantal stuff as well as some cool stuff to make you smile today. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So here's my Twitter for anyone who wants to join me on Twitter. If you happen to have the Bird app, my Twitter is Wild Girl Sarah. All right, let's start with this right here from Judge Judy. Uh, Foodie Beauty, the succubus have done sucked the soul out of another one. Salah's got them dead inside eyes now. Yeah, so the picture on the left is the person that Chantal was with years ago, BB. BB was a good man. He was a hardworking man, very decent man. And here's Salah. It seems like every guy that Chantal gets with, after a certain point, they get I've had the soul sucked out of me. I'm dead inside. Somebody please help me. Come rescue me. Look in the eyes. Now Salah has that. He has the look of a man that he's thinking decisions were made and regretted. I'm sure that he regrets the very moment that he started talking to Chantal, and yet he won't tear himself away. I don't have any sympathy for Salah because he signed on for this and he got it. And you know what? What's the old saying? Be careful what you wish for. Well, you wished for it, Salah, you signed on for it, and you got it. So enjoy all of that, will you? Because it's yours now. This is from Kristen. The latest mukbang from Foodie Beauty. I know she's a big person, but doggone, is she ever going to do anything other than eat ever again? Video speed increased to 1.5. So this is a clip from one of her newest mukbangs. Now here's something interesting for all of you. So I was looking at the comments for both the museum vlog and the mukbang, and the difference in comments was very interesting to me because the mukbang comments were mainly negative and the museum vlog comments were very positive. It seems like people are more interested in content from Chantal that has nothing to do with eating. Even the feeders, the people that she tries so hard to cater to, I don't think they're into her feeder content anymore like they used to be. And I think the reason for that is there are lots of mukbang channels out there that are really just doing it. They're bringing the creativity, they're bringing the variety, they're coming up with different themes, they're making the mukbang experience exciting. Chantal doesn't do that. She just goes and she gets some fast food and she brings it home and she films a video. There's no thinking about it. It's just, I'm hungry and I want to make money off the content. So I'm going to sit down and have a oversized meal. And you guys saw the picture that I posted with the react that I did previous to this one with Trisha Paytas and her husband Moses. They went out and they got a normal meal, very normal meal, and making money off of it. So it doesn't have to be about extreme portions, Chantal. It's about how you present yourself. It's about how you present the content that matters. Presentation is important, but she doesn't care about the presentation, nor does she care about how people feel about the content. And if you're on YouTube, Chantal, and if you're hoping to make the most money on YouTube, you should pay more attention to what the people are saying because they are the ones putting money into your pocket, aren't they? So let's move along. This is from Shenanigans. Hey, Shan. Someone has been messing with her scale again. So, yeah, this is the mukbang that I'm going to touch on very briefly. She's claiming that she's lost weight doing mukbangs. You know, there's a part of me that thinks that she's saying this on purpose because she wants the reaction channels to react to her. She's doing it to troll because she knows she's not lost weight. She knows she's gained weight, but yet she's putting something in the title to try to get everybody triggered. And here's what's sad about that. The only person that Foodie is hurting by eating all that food is her. She's hurting her own body. She's not hurting anybody else but herself by the overeating and the rapid weight gain. You know what? If she wants to gain more weight, that's on her. But I would think that someone like herself, that she's 5 foot tall, she's got a very short frame, she's getting to a point where just sitting still and eating is getting her out of breath. These are warning signs. The body is saying, hey, we can't take much more. I'm not saying this maliciously, but it seems like Chantal, she is really trying, in my opinion, to have some sort of medical emergency. Her body is giving every sign that she needs to slow down, she needs to change path, and she's not doing it. And she thinks that she's flipping the bird at everybody by saying, I've lost weight, when she really hasn't. She's gaining weight. And I've got some pictures on my Twitter feed to prove it. So let's keep going. Okay, something as a palate cleanser, something to laugh about from the best. Every living thing wants to be loved. So this baby elephant is just the elephant's acting like a puppy who wants to play. Look at the baby elephant. That is the cutest thing ever. That would be the most adorable experience. I just wanted to share that with you guys because who doesn't love a baby elephant in a playful mood? That would be the most awesome experience ever. He's just wanting to play like a puppy. Okay, this is from We Cry for Food and Shelter. Foodie Beauty looking massive. Absolutely no editing done to this photo. Literally a screen grab of their latest vlog. I can confirm that since we are going to go over the vlog. This is Foodie without any editing. I don't know if this was taken on her phone or Salah's phone. I know she's got the Samsung. I know he has the iPhone. So I can't confirm which phone was used for this filming, but wow. I mean, what do you say to that? That's not me fat shaming Chantal, but my goodness, Chantal. Lose weight where? Lose weight how? Listen, let me just throw some scientific facts into the mix. It takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound of fat. And if Chantal is sitting down for just one meal and she's eating, let's just say 3,000 calories, and that's just one meal. This is not counting sodas or juices or other snacks that she might be consuming during the day. I'm just going to be nice and say that if you look at it, if you figure up the calories that she consumes per day, Chantal is gaining between 1 to 2 pounds of weight a day, every single day. If she is in the 500-pound range and she's getting bigger, that means she's consuming the calories that it takes to maintain 500 pounds and then some. I'm not exactly sure how many calories it would take to maintain being 500 pounds, but she's consuming over that amount, way over. And that's why she's getting much, much, much bigger. And like I said, Chantal, you need to really slow it down because you're at the point now where you're wearing the biggest size abayas that you could buy commercially. Soon you're going to have to abayas custom made for you. I mean, when does it stop? When you become bedbound? And do you think that Salah is going to hang around and take care of you when you become bedbound? Because I promise you, he won't. He doesn't have the medical training nor the patience to take care of somebody who is bedridden. So if that is the plan to make yourself so big that you're stuck in Kuwait, this is not a good plan. If you're wanting to depend on a 29, 30-year-old man to take care of you, trust me, it won't happen. He's already at the end of his rope. And if you become bedbound, that rope might break. We cry for food and shelter. How can she walk like that and not crack a spinal vertebrae? I don't know. But she's looking much bigger these days. Much bigger. She looks very uncomfortable when she walks, and I'm sure it is very uncomfortable. Uh, Something to be known. Chantal, like I said, she's 5 feet tall. I'm 5'4". Just for comparison, I'm a shorty too. And when you're a shorty, you don't have much real estate as far as gaining weight. And if you gain a little bit, it looks like a lot more. But since I'm like 4 inches taller than Chantal, with her being in the 500-pound range, if you think about it, Chantal is carrying the weight equivalent of one or two adults in front of her because she does carry her weight in her abdomen, which is very dangerous. Carrying a lot of weight around your organs is extremely dangerous. All that visceral fat. That's what is called visceral fat. And she's got so much packed around her organs that they can barely move. So think about that, Chantal. You are carrying the weight equivalent of one, two, or perhaps even three adults in the front of your body. And that's why it's so uncomfortable. Maybe you might want to start losing some of that. Florida Salt and Sass, the look of a regrettable buffalo herder. Okay, so just to compare, this was Salah when she first started talking to him. This is Salah now. Decisions were made and then regretted. He went from, this sounds like a good deal, and I'm all in, to, oh my goodness, what did I even do? He is over her. He's over her being there. He's over all the nonsense. And yet he just won't tear himself away. Salah, what is it that you're hanging around for? I really want to know, what is the big prize at the end of the contest that you're looking to get? What is it that's so huge, so important that you just won't end this thing? You know you're sick of it, bro. We can see it on your face. What are you hanging around for? What is the big prize? We all would like to know. Okay, this is from One Salty Beach. Just for comparison now, saying, I'm losing weight, you guys. Foodie Beauty keeps playing, and all she's going is to lose is her life. So this was Foodie Beauty before. This is Foodie Beauty now. And I'm going to refresh the memory of maybe some of you that have not been around in the Chantal universe that long. Something that you should know. The last true weigh-in that we got from Chantal was when she was with Bibi. She got on the scale and she showed us the number on the scale. And the number then was 377 pounds. So she was almost at 400 pounds then. That was years ago. That was before moving in with Pete's, hooking up with Natter, hooking up with Salah. This is her now. So I'm not quite sure when this picture was taken, but you can see the difference. You can see a clear difference. And yet she keeps claiming that she's lost weight. No, ma'am. You have not. You've gained a lot since then. Miss Anthropope says the face you make when your new husband tells you you're going to be the star of your own horror movie. So yeah, Salah did that. During the museum vlog, he was throwing all kinds of shade at Chantal, and that's exactly why I'm covering it. I'm there for the shade. I don't much care for the museum. I care for the shade. We're here for shade, y'all. Shade is part of my dessert. But he actually told her during the vlog that she'll be the star of her own horror movie. He specifically said horror movie. I can't. You know what, Salah? I'll do you one better, bro. Chantal, I'm just going to say it. It may be mean. I don't care. It's what I'm thinking. I'm being honest. Ma'am, you look like the final boss in a World of Warcraft dungeon. There, I said it. You do. You look like the final boss in a raid. You do. I'm sorry. It's the truth. You look like the final boss, and everybody gets together. They defeat the final boss, and they get their epic loot. You look like a final boss in a WoW raid. Okay, now who did this? This is from Cancer Warrior saying Chantal has a built-in one, and that this is from Eric Alper saying Japanese company creates a wearable beanbag chair so you can lay down whenever and wherever you want. Well, I have to agree, Chantal. She's got her own built-in comfort system there. Yeah, she's got plenty of cushion. That's right. Okay, Flashing Pondu says that stomach reveal is crazy. The way it slowly appears bigger as she turns, never seen anything like it. So this is Chantal, like slow-mo, her turning around. Bam. Like, you know what? The reason why she gained so much weight in the front is because she is so short, in my opinion. And that's why she keeps expanding outward. Like she's just a very short person. So the weight has nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. I mean, I've been watching Chantal for a long time, and I could see the weight gain in other ways besides her tummy. Like I remember when she when she lost a bunch of weight when she was with Natter because she was doing the party favors, and you could see the weight loss in her face. You could see more of her cheekbones. You could see more of her ears. You could see more of her weight gain when she did like the arm wiggle. There was a lot of loose skin on her upper arm, and then after a while it completely filled out. There was no loose skin. Also, if you go back to her older videos, she had one of those uh, fat rolls in the back of her head, and it started off being like an inch thick, and then that sucker grew to like half her skull. So she keeps gaining more and more and more weight. And watching her videos now, it just seems like she's gotten so big that she literally almost can't turn her head. Like her neck has completely disappeared. She can barely turn her neck left or right. So if you were losing weight, Chantal, why would all of these things be getting worse instead of better? You know, like explain that to me. I would really love the explanation. Okay, here's a great picture from Unbelievably Annoying Cat Voice. So this was a still from a video she did before. This was 8 months ago compared to how she looks now. And she's not gained weight. She's not gained weight. Let me blow that up. She's not gained weight at all? Yes, she has. Yes, she has. And it makes you wonder, you know, like when is enough enough? When is she going to stop this? So Chantal, like she did her weigh-in for the newest vlog. One of her mukbangs saying that she lost weight. There's no possible way. Okay, this is from Milky. Milky Chai. So some pictures comparing to her First couple Kuwait vlog versus the current day. So this is the before. This is the after. Another before and another after picture. You gained a lot of weight, ma'am. A lot. And another one from We Cry for Food and Shelter. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think she's 500 pounds. Cancer Warrior says, do y'all remember back in the BB days when Chantal would tell bogus stories as a way to distract us from the massive amount of food she was eating? Well, we're back to that. Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining because she does story times when she's eating, and yet she doesn't know how to tell a good story or do it correctly. She'll start the story and then do the food, and the story gets lost because she'll drop her thoughts. It's like you can't do that, Chantal. If you're going to do a story time, then tell the story and then eat. But Chantal's one of her biggest problems has always been she tries to do too many things at one time. Trying to do too many different things and combine them into one thing in an effort to profit off of different genres and different audiences and topics on YouTube. In Chantal's case, she does a creepy pasta, but then she'll combine that with a mukbang and feeder content. When she does her, like the couple vlogs, she's always trying to combine the mukbangs and the feeder content with that. It's like you have to separate them, Chantal, or you have to find a way to make it entertaining. You're not putting any thought into your content. And everybody, even your own viewers, are sick to death of watching you eat. It's boring, it's repetitious, it's gotten really stale. And yet you keep doing it and you're not listening to the people that watch your content. You're not hearing them. You're not taking what they say as feedback and making your content better. You just want to press on and think that just because you're foodie beauty, that people are going to tune in and watch and it's going to be good, and it's not good. Another still from Future Becky. Here's another one of Chantal. And Salah was getting all of the unflattering angles. Tell me you're over foodie beauty without telling me you're over foodie beauty. Salah. And that's from Tofu. Here's some more still shots from the vlog. My goodness, that last one is just jaw-dropping. It's like her head is fused to her shoulders. Where's her neck? It's what can you do? Like this is what she wants to do with her life. She's ruining her health for what? She traded every bit of her health for just a little bit of money, and it doesn't have to go that way. Miss Anthropope says, want to know how big Chantal is now? Think of it like an optical illusion. Fact, we know she has an enormous head. Now look how small said head is in proportion to her body. Tiny hands too. She is massive now. Yeah, she is. She's gotten much bigger. Oh, Happy Hill. You know what? Pirates of the Caribbean would like to have a word with you. That's not... You're so wrong for this. You're so wrong for that. So right and yet so wrong. Cancer Warrior says, Chantal said she had a 9-piece bucket of chicken and Salah took most of it. Girl, madam, we all know better, so just quit it. You stole money from my babysitter for chicken. Who are you fooling? So I guess she was trying to say that Salah took most of that chicken. Salah would not dare. He knows better than to take food away from Foodie. Everybody knows not to take food away from Foodie. Like let her eat all she wants first, and she might give you a few scraps after, but don't you dare take food away from her, because if you do, A, you're going to hear about it. B, she'll send you right back to the place to get more food if she's not full. So it doesn't pay to take food away from this one. She's going to get full no matter what. Okay, this is from Flashing Pondu. Yeah, she's look, no shade on anyone who wears the hijab. Okay, the hijabs are fine, abayas are fine, but Chantal knows she's getting bigger because that hijab, it just keep the line of the bottom, it just keeps creeping down her face. This, she's hiding how big her cheeks are getting, how big she's getting around here. She's trying so hard to hide what's wrong versus fixing what's wrong. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, he's constantly filming her size and making small jabs at her weight, but she laughs like she used to with Natter. Yeah, she's just ignoring it like, ha ha, it's funny, da da da. So let's watch the clip from Hidden Truths.
The penguin and seal together.
He purposely zoomed in on the penguins because everybody's been saying she looks like a penguin.
Alright guys, we finished the museum and I hope you learned some of Kuwait culture.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for coming with us. It was a very big museum and it's very hot, so we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, actually we didn't finish the whole museum because it's so big, mashallah. But
it closed, we got kicked out, so we finished most of it.
never mind. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
There was just shade right in that little clip. We couldn't finish the museum because it was so big. In translation, we couldn't finish the museum because she had trouble walking around. Like Chantal takes 2 steps and she's tired. And Chantal, you wanted a younger partner, but yet at the same time you're not in the health where you can keep up with a younger partner. You got to figure it. He wants to go out. He wants to do things, but he can't do things with you. You're like a wet blanket, like just you're total party killer. You want him around, but yet you're ruining your health, so he can't do a single thing with you. Make that make sense. Chancer Warrior says 2 years ago, Chantal ate Jollibees. She had a family meal, including a bucket of chicken, all to herself. Yet she wants us to believe she allowed Salah to have some of her Jollibees today. Look how happy she was with all that food. Yeah, she was thrilled to be digging into that food by herself. She doesn't like sharing her food, ever. Okay, so let's see. This was something interesting from Nana's Spiked Tea, saying this was pointed out, so I went looking. Is Foodie using old footage? Tinted windows 3 weeks ago. Then mysteriously, no tinted windows in yesterday's released mukbang. Huh. Interesting. So, tinted windows on the car 3 weeks ago, no tint on the windows in yesterday's video. Huh. Very strange. Are they using another car? I don't know. So that's it for the Twitter stuff. Where are we going next? Okay, we're going to start with the Jollibee mukbang. And like I said, we're just going to briefly touch on it. I am not here for all of it. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. Just no. No, I am not. No, I am not. We're not going to watch all this. We're just going to cover the comments and just a little bit of footage, a little smidgen. That's it. That's all. That's all we're getting today. I'm not going to torture my viewers like that. No. Mm-mm. So this is Chantal with her Jollibee mukbang. And this is her just recycling old content. She's already done a Jollibee mukbang. You just saw from 2 years ago. So she's already done a Jollibee kind of thing, situation. Why do it again? There's all kinds of food in Kuwait. Pick something that we've never heard of. Go to a fast food restaurant we've never heard of, not a national chain. Pick somewhere where there's really interesting food and try interesting food. But no, she's just going to stick to what she's already done before. So this is her with looks like a spaghetti type situation. What is this? Sorry, I got to zoom in. Chicken. We've got mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, Chantal loves that gravy. And Chantal was actually complaining in this mukbang there wasn't enough gravy. She wanted more gravy, as if she needs more gravy. But let's just watch a little bit of this.
All right, so Bismillah. And let's talk about this spooky story and try some of the food here.
So she's basically doing like a creepy pasta type of thing. At the same time, she's trying to do a mukbang kind of thing. At the same time, she's trying to do a feeder kind of thing. No, Chantal, you want to do a good creepy pasta, it's all about the story. It's not about eating. The two don't go together. I'm sorry, they just don't. When people listen to creepy pastas, and by the way, I love creepy pastas. I watch them all the time. I watch those videos all the time. I love the different stories. It's about the story. It's about getting creeped out. It's about the horror and wondering what's going to happen next. The story is the star, not somebody sitting in front of a camera and eating a ton of food. Trying to combine creepy pasta with creepy eating, no, ma'am. No, there's no cohesive theme here. I can understand if you were doing a creepy pasta while eating some spooky creepy pasta, coming up with a creepy pasta kind of dish and maybe dressing up in a horror costume or something. That would make sense to me. But telling a creepy pasta type of story while just eating like some normal run-of-the-mill fast food, no, ma'am. This sucks.
Beauty bite. I love their gravy. Potatoes are creamy.
Like she starts off saying, I'm going to tell you guys a story, but then the food distracts her. Like she gets hyper fixated on the food, and then the story is just kind of in the background. So people that are trying to keep up with the story, they get confused. Like, what's the story? Like, tell us the story. Like, take a few minutes and tell the story, take a bite, and then take a few minutes and tell the story again and finish the freaking story. But I think the reason why she does what she does, why she does it, is because she doesn't really sit down and do any research and read up on any creepy pastas or stories and memorize them. She makes them up as she goes.
And fresh. I love rice. I'm so hungry.
And you say that for every mukbang. I'm so hungry. When are you not hungry, Chantal? You're always hungry. You want to know why? It's not because you're really hungry. I don't think you're starving in Kuwait. Someone who's over 500 pounds, you are not starving. I'm sure you eat quite well there. Probably too much. You're not really hungry. You're just wanting to stuff your stomach. That has to do with your problem with food that is completely out of control. You're not eating for hunger. You're eating to stuff your stomach because in your head, perhaps, you think that's an indication that you've had enough. No, stuffing your stomach means you've had too much. And then that leads to you feeling uncomfortable.
The rice is yummy. It's just steamed rice, but the gravy is really like, it's a salty sauce, right?
So she says she lost weight. Does anybody see anything in front of her that would help her lose weight? I mean, let's really look at this meal. Let's examine it for just a second. What has she got in front of her? She's got some protein. She's got the chicken, which is not bad. I mean, she could take the skin off and eat the protein. If you're trying to lose weight, protein helps a lot, especially it helps to maintain your blood sugar. So she's got the protein in front of her. She's not diving into that first. What is she diving into? Where is she going first? We're going for the rice, which is carbs. Right next to that, we have some spaghetti, more carbs. Over here, we have some potatoes, more carbs. So carbs, 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 useless gravy, protein. She should be starting here first. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. She could just eat a little bit of those potatoes, that chicken, and be good to go. But she's loading up on carbs for what? She's not going to be able to burn off those carbs. There's no real reason to carb load like that. She's not say a lumberjack or a construction worker that burns off massive amounts of calories. So this is where she's gaining her weight right here, like the massive amount of carbs. You don't need that much in carbs, Chantal.
So
I'm sorry, my bad. I forgot about the sugar, the soda.
the spaghetti. So this has like little hot dogs in it and like a sweet tomato sauce with cheese. Let's see about
Notice the chicken has not been touched yet. She wants to fill up on the carbs because proteins really won't make you feel overfull unless you eat a lot of it. But she's going straight for the carbs. She's a carb addict. I know because I was there once. Same situation, not as extreme as Chantal, but she's a carb sugar addict, y'all. She is. Going straight for those carbs.
about it. If I like it more now. I found it too sweet before, but let's see.
But she had Jollibee's before. She didn't like it, but yet she's eating it again. Make it make sense.
I like it now. Mmm. That's so good.
It's not the Jollibees that she's liking, it's the carbs. That's what it's all about, y'all. The carbs, the potatoes, the spaghetti, the rice, carbs. Everything she eats is carb heavy, very carb heavy.
I do love it. Mmm. That is so good. All right, so this singer gets invited to the wedding and she's like, I'm busy, you know, but the person insisted. And just like any person would do, they love their fans, like any performer would do. And like a good performer, you know, she was a really good performer and really cared about her fans, it seems, you know. And the person insisted, like, I must have you for my daughter's wedding. I must have you for my daughter's wedding. It was the mother of the bride who called her. I'm horrible at storytelling, sorry.
Yeah, but you insist on doing it. And you're not even doing it well. How about having like a mini mukbang after your story? Why can't you separate the two? Just tell the story, tell it in an interesting, entertaining way, and then do your mukbang after. And that way, the people that are there for the story, they hear the whole story all at once. And those who are there for the mukbang, they can watch the mukbang after. Like I said, you're doing far too much and trying to combine too many things into one video. And what's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. You're a master of no trade. All you're thinking about is making the most money by doing the most variety of content all wrapped in one video so you can put a variety of tags on the video and try to get people onto your channel. You're desperate for money. And so you're grabbing at anything and everything, trying to get some attention.
But she's like, I must have you at my daughter's wedding. She's a huge fan. And Nora was like, okay, I'll make an exception. You know, we'll go. So she got her band together. And they all...
She doesn't even like say a couple of sentences and then take a bite. She'll say a couple of words and take a bite. Hence why the reason why this creepy pasta type mukbang story time, whatever it is, not good. And like I said, we're not going to stay on this. I promise you guys, I'm just going to show you a snippet. So I did. So let's go on to the comments because I want to show you guys something. So this is the mukbang story time, whatever it is, whatever she wants to call it. Okay, so look at the comments for this video. Sheik says, you have to get more of the story out between bites. It's so daunting to follow. I agree. If people are there for the story time, they're there for the story time. They don't want to watch her eat all sloppy. Let's see some of the replies. Somebody's saying, right, you are. Starburst is saying, it is. You can't even focus on the food or the story. Yeah, because she's doing too much. So these people are the ones who've watched the video. These are the viewers, Chantal. You should read these comments and take their comments as feedback to know what to do and what not to do on your channel, but you don't hear them. You just want to do what you want to do. The Spirit Room says, I lost track so many times in the story because those long pauses felt like commercials. Oh, Lord. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsor. Yeah. Yeah. The difference between regular YouTube and YouTube Premium. Just Me says, I watched this at 2 times speed and it was still painful to follow the story. Yeah, because she's not good at storytelling. She's too busy stuffing her face. It's not about the story. It's about stuffing her face and is having something to talk about so that the mukbangs are long enough that she can monetize them. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Slick Little Ashley says, I'm so hungry. You're always hungry. What's the point of a story time when you're more interested in the food than the story? Can you complete 3 or 4 sentences before you take a bite? Some of the replies. Let's see. The Spirit Room says, having rice, spaghetti, and mashed potatoes all together as 3 sides is so weird because they don't even go together. Oh, she replied. And she laughs about it. But they're right, though. I mean, why have 3 different kinds of carbs? Christina says, it's so painful listening to you trying to tell a story. You can't even say 5 words of the story before taking large spoonfuls, pausing, or changing the subject back to the food. She says, it's a mukbang, but you know what? It's also a story time, Chantal. You're doing a story time, and the food is supposed to take a back seat. People are sick of these boring mukbangs. You need to get that through your head. This person replies saying, Foodie Beauty, but you're still storytelling. There are a lot of mukbangers that can talk about stuff without making it an unpleasant experience for the viewer. If you're that much into your food, then just do casual talk instead of trying to tell an actual story. People get curious about what happens next, and then you then wait for you to take 3 consecutive mouthfuls before you say another few words. This is all feedback for Chantal. She doesn't listen. Aha. Then she says, I'm eating first, and the story is the background. Well, it shouldn't be the background. You're not getting it, Chantal. Your obsession with food is not everybody else's obsession with food. You're not getting it. You are food fixated and food obsessed. But your obsession, your over obsession with food is not everybody else's. If everybody else in the world were as obsessed with food as you are, then they would find your content entertaining. But since we're not, we find it boring. It's repetition for us. It's stale. There's no joy in it. You're just not getting it. Your problem with food, you have your point of view, but everybody else watching you, the audience that they're watching your videos, watching your mukbangs, watching your vlogs, you always talking about food, mentioning food, bringing it up, making it a focal point. you're trying to take your obsession and pass it on to everybody else. And you're just not getting it that we are not thinking about food 24/7. You are. And that's why everybody else finds it boring. More people here saying it's stressful trying to follow the storyline when she's eating. Orange is the way saying, love the gin story, but please talk more and add to the story before eating so much. So there's a lot of the same comments here. Everybody's saying, hey, it's a story time. Tell the freaking story. Stop eating so much. Like focus on the story. Make the story the star of the video and make the food into the background. Don't put it so front and center. But she's determined to cater to the feeder people when clearly the feeder audience that she used to have has fallen off and they've gone to other places because there are lots of mukbang channels that they've taken it to another level and she's not caught up yet. Let's see. John says, who remembers the fast food funeral? She had a couple of those. She had a couple of fast food funerals, but unfortunately, she did not stop her overeating then. So a lot of people that came to this vlog, this video that she did, they want to see different content besides the mukbangs. They want to see something besides her eating fast food because it's just she does it over and over and over again. They're saying to her, focus on the story. That's different content. Focus on the story. Make the story the star. Stop fixating on the food. She's not hearing, and she doesn't want to hear. She really, really doesn't. So let's just get out of here for a moment. And where are we going next? Okay, so this is the other mukbang she did, saying she lost, 2 kg. I don't know how much that is, but she's claiming that she lost weight. You guys saw the pictures. We all know that's a bunch of BS. Let's watch a little bit of this.
Syrian style shawarma. So let's open this up and see. I love shawarma. I love shawarma. I love shawarma. Okay, and we have some fattoush salad here. Just give me a second and I'll show you guys. And we're working on a better setup, don't worry. We're searching for the best one. So this is the fattoush. So it's salad with like pita chips and pomegranate dressing, vinaigrette. And they have the shawarma chunks of meat, chicken, and the fries, pickles, and garlic sauce.
Again, heavy on the carbs. Y'all see where the fries are, right? Front and center. That should be a side dish. Like that should be this size right here. Like these are her vegetables over here. That's like the smallest, tiniest thing in front of her. Like I don't know about the salad. I've never had this type of salad, but look where the fries are, front and center. She's going to go straight for them. Watch.
And of course I have my mixed pickles. Duh. And of course we have a whole thing of pita bread and diet Pepsi.
I'm sensing a theme here. You guys picking up on the theme? Every meal she has at least 2 different kinds of carbs. So she's got the bread right there by her arm, and she's got a bunch of basically French fries. That's what they are. They're French fries with meat added to it. Why all the carbs, Chantal? Why? You don't do anything all day. You don't go anywhere. Madam, listen. Do the math. If you're eating 3,000 plus calories a day, that means you're gaining between 1 to 2 pounds a day, every day. If you're carb loading like that, if you're calorie loading like that, and if you're just sitting still, Your body cannot burn off those calories. It stores the calories into what? Say it with me, fat. So you're gaining a pound a day, minimum. Now let's do the math, y'all. 1 pound a day gained every day, that's easily 30 pounds a month. If she's gaining between 1 to 2 pounds a month, that could be up to 60 pounds in a month. And you saw the photos. She's gained quite a bit since being in Kuwait. So what's the plan here, Chantal? Are you going to be bedridden within a few months? Is that the plan? Do you honestly think that Salah or anybody else is going to take care of you when you become bedridden? Are you looking for some kind of medical emergency that will put you in the hospital? And if you want to go home to Canada, is it safe for you to travel? Because you've had situations going on with your lungs. You have the blood clots in your lungs. You have an enlarged heart. You've gained a lot of weight. Is it safe for you to fly? What is the plan? Why are you working so hard to gain so much weight? I don't get it.
So let me pour that out. Diet Pepsi. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Bismillah. I need some Pepsi, actually. I want to do a thumbnail. Let's try a piece of pickle first. I love fattoush.
It's funny to me that when Chantal talked about eating healthy, she criticized people who ate healthy, saying, oh, eat healthy, nothing but salads. Yet, what is she eating right now? A salad. And she says she loves it. So if you love salad, Chantal, why don't you eat more salads like that? That would be better for you rather than all those carbs. Here's a little neat trick. Do you know that if you are looking to stuff your stomach, load up on vegetables, load up on liquids. That'll make you feel full faster. You can do that.
They put like mint inside. Oh my gosh. So fresh.
You deliberately said that word. So fresh. She knows everybody hates that word now.
So good. Coriander. Look at the herbs they put. All right. So, yummy. One more bite of this. So the shawarma.
Why was there a jump cut right there?
I'm going to put garlic on here.
Is it me, or does she not look happy and excited to eat this food like she normally does with fast food? Because when she eats fast food, she gets really giddy. Like she just can't wait to dig in. And then when she eats the fast food, her eyes roll in the back of her head. She has that little orgasm moment in her brain. She doesn't look really happy to eat this. Like she's eating it, but yet she's not happy eating it. And she's looking for that emotional trigger in her brain with the hormones, and she's not going to get it with this food.
This is called toom. I love garlic sauce. Okay, some pickles, some fries. Yum.
Of course, because we got to add the fries to the bread. We have to have carbs on top of carbs.
Me? They put fries on their shawarma here. And some chicken meat. Shawarma meat that's been roasting on the... Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
No disrespect to anyone who eats shawarma, but that shawarma meat looks a bit dry, doesn't it? I've seen people on YouTube that make shawarma and it looks delicious. Fantastic, delicious. Like I just want to sink my teeth into it, but that meat looks really, really dried out.
Yeah. Let's load it up. Load it up. Load it up. Yeah. And give you a beauty bite. I'm hyper right now. All right.
Okay, I am not here for the eating. We'll skip this part. We'll skip all of that. I don't even care. What are the people saying? Let's give them a voice and cover their comments. Sour Gummies says, I'm hyper, says no adult ever. Humans are designed to move all day, every day. You're using 5% of the energy a human body needs to use. You're sedentary. True. And if you're looking to see how much in the way of calories do I need? How much food do I need? You have to look at your activity level. Chantal is very sedentary, which means she doesn't move very much. So she can get away with lesser calories, much lesser calories, because she's not really exerting any kind of energy. And yet she eats as if she's got a very physical job ahead of her. Lauren B says, nothing better than when our healthy queen gives us diet advice. You know what? I smell the sarcasm from that comment from here. Yeah, I got the waft of it over here. Let's see. Katie Bug says, the amount of people giving her diet and nutrition advice in earnest is truly hilarious. Why would any of you think she would take or want your advice? Yeah, a lot of people over the years have tried to help Chantal, given her advice about healthy eating and healthy living. She doesn't listen, y'all. Hear me out here. Until the person wants to change, until they reach that point of they, for themselves, are sick and tired of being sick and tired, whatever advice you have to give them, no matter how well intended, no matter how intelligent, they're not going to hear it. They're not going to listen to it until they decide to change for themselves. Whatever you have to say is falling on deaf ears. And I've said this many times, and I mean it. Chantal is not interested in being healthy or getting healthy because she's too busy profiting off of all of her hurt. She's profiting off of being a broken person. That's how she makes her money. If she got herself together, if she got healthy, she would have to find other things to talk about. She would have to find other things to use as content, and she doesn't want to change. She wants to continue on the path that she is on. She's got all the time, money, resources, energy in the world to change things, and yet she's not. So when a person like Chantal is in the position where they could change, they got all the doors open to them and they are not going through them, that just, what can you take away from that? Except that that person is on a path and they're determined to walk it, no matter how painful, no matter how poisonous. Let's see. See, there's a lot of people giving her advice in the comments, but again, Chantal's not going to hear you. She honestly thinks this is the way to go, to make feeder content. Although this content is hurting her, it's hurting her health, she does not care. Chantal's trusty box table says, your museum video was within a month. Your Abaya haul was a month ago, adding the floral one, so it wasn't long ago. 4 pounds in a month, in theory. Girl, stop. Now, she's gained more than 4 pounds. If you do the math of what I said, if she's eating excess of over 3,000 calories per day, she's gaining a pound a day. She's putting on at least 7 pounds a week. Lily says, I get it, 1 meal a day, but in my opinion, the amount you are eating once a day at night is equivalent to more than 3 meals a day. Cut down on the amount you're eating once a day. This will easier for you and get less hunger as you cut back. I think she's eating more than once a day. I think she's just trying to say that she eats once a day for the audience so that she wouldn't get flack from her audience. But let's just say she's eating 3,500 calories in one day, in one sitting, one meal. This is still bad for Chantal because I'm at 5'4". My daily calorie intake being active would be about 2,000 calories. So Chantal being shorter, she would need probably less than that. So she's still overeating. And here's another thing for those who might be interested. Your body, when you get on a regular eating schedule, it will lose weight better and faster. Why? Because let's just say you're eating one meal a day. You go hours and hours without food. Well, internally, you're telling your body with that one meal a day that whatever's going on outside of it, there's not enough food. So that when you do finally eat, your body kind of freaks out and says, well, there's this usual schedule where we're eating just once a day and we're going to go another 12 hours without food. So hold on to all the calories, boys. We're going to need them just to function. So overeating in one meal, even if you don't eat for the next 12 hours, is still bad. You're training your body to hold on to the calories versus letting them go. Double Down says, I really enjoy fasting. 460-pound, 5-foot, super morbidly obese influencer. Yeah, she's not fasting. Just going a couple of hours without food, Chantal, is not true fasting. It's just waiting for the next meal to show up. AS says, honey, you might be a foodie, but you're also a food addict. I know this isn't worth posting. Stop with the intermediate fasting. The one meal a day, you have tried this many times and it never lasts long. It just allows you to indulge in the one meal to your heart's content. I do it too. A lot of people do. But unfortunately, this just isn't the way. So there are some people in the comments that care about Chantal, and she should listen to some of them. But Chantal, her ears are stuffed up. She only wants to hear what she wants to hear. Does she do a weigh-in? Let's see if she does a weigh-in. Let's get past all this food. I'm looking. There, she said she lost 2K, but where's y'all are looking? I'm looking to see if she weighs in. There's no weigh-in here. So how do we know that she lost that much weight? We really don't know because she's not getting on a scale. And trust me, if Chantal lost weight, she'd be the first to get on a scale, point the camera down at the scale, flip us the bird and say, told you so, because she loves to stick it to all the reactors and the reaction channels and their audiences. So I guess she didn't lose weight, because if you did, you'd be making a big show of it, Chantal. A really big show. Okay, so let's go on to the final thing, the couple vlog, where Salah is throwing all kinds of shade at Chantal. All kinds of shade. He's over her. He's so over her. He wants her to go home so bad. And he said something interesting in the mukbang they did in the car. Like she mentioned cooking for him. And he said time's ticking. Like if she's got 10 days left on her visitor visa, her tourist visa, and she has to go home in 10 days and she's promising to cook for him, maybe he said in reference to that, time's ticking, we got 10 days left. When are you going to cook for me? You got to leave soon. So we'll see about that, if she actually goes home or if she overstays her visa. But let's cover the couple's vlog.
You're going to beat yourself?
So here's this.
So the bad thing about this couple's vlog is they're going to a museum, and they could have made it more interesting by explaining each section of the museum and everything that's in there. And those of us that don't live in the Middle East, we can maybe appreciate what's in the museum and the significance behind each item, but they don't do that. They just walk through and look at stuff and touch stuff.
Suite of Sheikh Abdullah Mubarak al-Sabah. Public telephone with post box, 1964. And Kuwait Oil Company.
And he made he made sure to show her walking across the room. Chantal hates her side profile. She hates it. That's why she's always doing her mukbangs, and you don't see her lower half. She shows her upper half because then she could use her contour filters to make herself look smaller. But he made sure to show that side profile. And she's not too thrilled about it either. You saw the look on her face like, uh-oh, why is he filming me? He's showing all of me.
MashaAllah.
Okay, they're playing music in the background. I don't know if it's copyrighted, so I'm going to turn it down for a minute.
And this is the uniform of firemen to prevent the heats, and fire.
As you know, oil is a major resource here in the Gulf.
I wonder if she took the camera from him because she didn't want him filming her side profile anymore. She's like, give me the camera. Give me the camera. I got to have the camera only on my face.
All countries in general.
It's Popo. Police station. Hello, Sheriff. How are you doing?
I'd like to make a complaint. Someone stole my pickles.
So, of course, Chantal's got to talk about food, even a museum vlog. She's got to mention food. Always mentioning the food.
But where is he? Or who is he?
I don't know.
Okay, he said that you don't know. Because pickles is something not important.
Boom, more shade. He says pickles are not important. Translation, Chantal, food is not as important to everybody else but you. And you sound stupid saying something like that.
Silly guys.
Hello. So you was on the other side, right? Hi. Hello. This for crime tools.
You know, there's supposed to be a couple going into museum and like sharing things together. I don't know if she's ever been to this museum before, but this is his chance to like do things with her, hold her hand, say, look, honey, and explain things in the museum to her, and for her to say things like, wow, I didn't know that, or that's really interesting. Like, really, if you're going to do a couple vlog, then there should be a sense of you're together with that person, they're together with you, and you guys are sharing the experience with each other. Like, you're there for each other as much as you are looking around the museum, checking stuff out. But it's just Salah showing us stuff in the museum. Like, he's not interested in sharing it with Chantal.
To check the criminal. By fingerprint, by many things,
Like, she's not even standing next to him, like looking at things with him, like a normal couple would do. I know when you get be in a couple and sometimes you want to move around and look at different things, but he could have her next to him and explain things to her, and he's not doing it. Not that she's really interested. She's not interested in what's going on in the museum and learning about Kuwait and learning about the culture. She's just there to get content. It's a different location besides her doing mukbangs.
Nice paint. Wow.
But she wants to be able to say, look, guys, I am giving you different content. I'm showing museums and I've shown you zoos. I've taken you all over Kuwait. This is her out for people saying we're tired of the same content over and over. By going to museum and walking around and just filming mindless content where they're not even acting like a couple. This is her way of a defense, saying, I showed you all these different places, but you're not showing them well, Chantal.
Old Kuwaiti guns marked with Al Sabah sign. Inshallah.
And ooh, I just noticed something. Y'all. Look down here. Yikes. Yeah, this was posted almost a day ago, and look how low the views are. Wow. Listen, for those that don't know, when YouTube pays you by the views, they pay a very small amount per 1,000 views, and she doesn't even have 4,000 on this one. And this was a day ago. Ooh, Chantal, you should pay attention to that.
Looks like an office here of the various tools used.
Cool.
Getting 3.4K views on a vlog, that is the YouTube version of nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's what people are saying. Nobody cares.
Carpentry tools and such.
Oh, it's Foodie here.
She looks mad. She really looks mad.
Yeah.
She looks bored, like she could be anywhere else other than that museum.
Carpenter guy.
How he climbed there?
And this is what you have to do, Chantal, when you're in bad health, when you can't move around much, when you can't do physical things, you can't go out in nature and go hiking and really explore the landscape. What are you left with? You have a younger partner, but he can't do much with you because you're sensitive to the heat and you're sensitive to movement and moving around. What are you left with? You're left with little teeny tiny museum visits that don't last long. You're left with going to places like amusement parks after dark so nobody can see you, going to beaches where nobody can see you. There's not much that you guys can do in the way of content. And it doesn't have to do with him. It has to do with you. And the fact that you can't do much because you put yourself in a position where you don't have good health. Like your body, as big and unhealthy as it is, you're walking around in your own prison cell. You are a prisoner of a cell of your own, literally of your own making. By hindering your health the way that you have, you can't go out and do very much.
Louder.
Oh, okay. How much this one? How much? It's free? Okay, he said free. So, yellow. Let's carry it. Come. She don't want. Okay, better luck next time. His cage for Howie.
Oh, scared me. Love the clothes.
Love the clothes, by the way. I mean, look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Design. Wow.
This one for wedding party.
Nice.
Babe, the treasure is here.
The treasure?
Oh, wait a second. I'm going to go back to something. Just for a second. There was a mirror right there. I want to see if she passes in front of the mirror.
Love the clothing design. Wow.
This one for
Because she hates mirrors. Because there's no filter on a mirror.
wedding party.
Nice.
Babe, the treasure is here.
The treasure?
Oh, she made sure to avoid those mirrors. Y'all see that? She was standing to one side and she made sure to do a jump cut to keep the reflection off the mirror because she knows the reaction channels, they look for things like that. We've caught her before. We've caught her reflection in mirrors and reflective surfaces. So she made sure to do the jump cut away from that mirror. I bet she passed in front of it and she saw the reflection of herself in the mirror and she said, "Oh, I don't like that." And she cut it out.
But it's not open. We need the key.
Abracadabra.
It's closed from inside.
Oh, did y'all see that? She went all the way up to the ceiling to get away from that reflection.
For some, looks like abaya styles.
We call it Dara'a, this one.
Dara? I want a dara. Whoa, nice.
Completely avoided that mirror.
Nice jewelry, gold.
Oh, she actually did show herself in the mirror. Okay.
Hello, this is my abaya.
One is like old elementary school.
Ah. Oh, cute little mannequins with mustaches.
Young boys.
Their teacher has half a body. How cute.
Just a sample.
Yeah.
And they were drinking water from here.
Okay. Wish it was full. Yum.
Hey sir, how are you? Excuse me, I need some pickles for my wife.
Yes, good man.
Excuse me, do you have hamster toys? Hello.
Replica of a small mosque for women?
Women's prayer.
Oh. We're getting married.
Yeah.
All right, Kuwaiti House Museum. Let's go. Yalla.
I'm just going to say it, and I'm not being mean saying it. She looks so uncomfortable walking. She looks like she's in pain walking.
Wow, it's too big. Hi.
Islamic collectible.
Now, pay attention to this, Chantal. This is important. Do you see how this mannequin is wearing her hijab? You should be wearing your hijab that way, but you have the bottom line of the hijab at your eyebrows. But you don't have your hijab up that high. You have it practically covering your face.
The lady is looking at you.
Scary.
Bride's room. What are you doing here? She look at you.
Hello, want to be friends? Musically,
See, you can even see like, oh, okay. So you saw the mannequin. You saw where the top line of her hijab ends. You're not wearing it right, Chantal.
What she's making?
He spent more time talking to the mannequins of the museum than he actually did to her. How sad is that?
Faham?
Shy.
Calls? Oh, T1 calls. Okay. Okay.
And it looked like he had a better time talking to the mannequins than Chantal.
Marine's Museum. Let's check it.
He's making more conversation with the mannequins than her.
Wow.
Getting seasick.
We're gonna die all. Because you're the captain, now we're gonna die.
Ye of little faith, I will bring us to shore.
Do you want to?
I'm not allowed in here?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm breaking the rules.
Just a museum.
Wait, what? Go back. What was that?
Do you want to?
I'm not allowed in here?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm breaking the rules.
Just a
So she's not allowed in that room, and yet she's going in that room anyway.
museum.
Leave it to Chantal to break rules wherever she goes. She has no respect for anybody.
This is where men gather and hang out.
Ooh, Chantal. Chantal, you know better that there are places in Kuwait you cannot go as a woman, and you're walking in a room for no.
Yeah.
Are these bizzers?
This one, cardamom, coffee.
So she is a woman. Listen, I've never been to that museum. I don't know what the rules are. But Salah clearly told her, you're not allowed in there. And she went in there anyway. And Salah, why didn't you pull her back and say, don't go in there. You're not allowed in there. Why didn't you pull her back? You let her go in there anyway.
Oh.
Coriander, dry lemon,
different things to make the Arabic coffee for the Diawaniya gatherings.
The Arabic coffee is so famous, you know?
I love it.
And of course, she's got to sit down because she's tired.
I like the Diawaniya.
We are a bit tired, you know?
Yeah, the museum was bigger than I thought.
Yeah. MashaAllah.
But this is fun exercise because you're doing something, walking around and learning stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I like this. I love these adventures, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Chantal, if going to a museum and just walking around for a very short time is exhausting to you, that should be a wake-up call. You're over there complaining the museum was bigger than I thought. You're just walking around a museum. You're not taking a hike. Let that be a wake-up call. My goodness, I went to a museum and I walked around and I was worn out. That should tell you something. Girl, I could go walk outside right now for 2 miles. Would I be a little bit tired? Yeah, but I could do it. But you can't walk around for 10 minutes. This vlog wasn't even 20 minutes total. And you're tired. That ain't normal.
Too.
It's epic. Legendary old car. The old fridge. Wow.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, wait, nostalgia. I'm having a nostalgia moment. Hold up. Y'all see this thing? You see this old school washing machine? Oh, it's taking me back. My great grandma had one. I thought that thing was so neat. It's nothing but a big tub, and you get the wringer at the top to wring the water out of your clothes. Grandma had one. I was a little tight and almost got my arm stuck in it because, sticking your hand where it doesn't belong. I remember those old school washing machines.
Bush brand.
More my height.
General Electric. Old air conditioners.
No cinema.
Wow.
Whoa.
So she just sat down and she's having to sit down again. She is worn out. Just walking a little bit wears her out. Chantal, wake up. That's not normal to get that tired that quickly.
Nice. So you want to catch a flake?
Yeah, we can catch a flake here.
Maybe Evil Dead?
She's out of breath. You hear her voice? She's literally out of breath.
Or The Garage 2020.
And I'm not being mean saying this, Chantal, but let's go back for a minute. Let's go back. Okay. There's a reason why I'm freezing it here. And it's not to be mean to Chantal, just to point something out so everybody can see Chantal sitting on that big, wide bench. Now, just think about Chantal on an airplane. And the seats are not that big. Trust me. Anybody who's ever ridden on an airplane, you know what I'm talking about. The seats are really small. You see basically her size compared to that of the benches. And you wouldn't need 2 seats, Foodie? Yes, you would. I don't even think 1 first class seat is going to get it done. You would need 2 first class or 2 coach, possibly 3, to be comfortable and to be safe. And if you keep going, girl, you're going to get even bigger. So, I would slow down with the weight gain if I were you. You're getting ginormous. Not being a fat shamer or a fat hater saying that. It is the truth. You may lie, but the camera does not lie. But you sitting like that on this big wide bench, unfortunately, airplane seats are not that wide and that spacious. Can you imagine her on an airplane in those teeny tiny seats? Because I'm 5'4". The last time I rode in an airplane for 6, 7, 8 hours, even with my normal size, the seats were a bit uncomfortable after several hours. Can you imagine her in a coach seat or even 2 of them during a long flight. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, I can catch a flight here.
Maybe Evil Dead.
Kind of cool.
Look at these shoes.
MashaAllah. This all and hadith by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. عمارة خليفة الدهان.
See, Salah knows more about Kuwait and the history of different things there than Chantal. He could be filling in the awkward gaps by explaining more things in more detail, but he's not.
It's locked. See? It's shisha, or you call it hookah.
Oh, an old shisha.
Yeah. This one very. It's like an amusing shop. They sell the cast. The eye. Alright guys, we finished the museum and I hope you learned some of Kuwait culture.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for coming with us. It was a very big museum, and it's very hot, so we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, actually we didn't finish the whole museum because you know it's so big, mashallah. But
It closed, we got kicked out, so we finished most of it.
never mind. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
So that was the museum vlog. What are the comments here? Rise Above says, it would be great if you did some research on some of the things shown in the video and added voiceovers to give us a little lesson on the history of Kuwait. It's nice seeing the stuff. I would love to know more about what's being shown. Me too. Because if you're going to go to a museum, you go there to not just look at things, but learn about things. And Salah could have provided more insight, but he didn't. You know, he knows more about the things going on there than Chantal. He could have explained things more, and he did not. Here's something. Cherry says, this was a really good video. I prefer it to the mukbangs. I didn't know that Kuwait was colonized by the British. It makes sense, though, because of the oil. It would be great if you and Salah could do videos with the history of Kuwait and even fun facts. But it could be. They could focus on anything other than food, but food is Chantal's greatest love. You know, she's practically married to the food. Like, that is her soulmate is food. So although there's a lot more interesting things in the world besides food, she'll never give that up. And she'll never take that as the focus away and replace it with something else. So y'all can see the comments for the video. And I'm showing them for a reason, not just to read the comments, but look at the difference in what people are saying versus the mukbangs. Like, there's a lot of positive comments here. People saying, thank you for the video. This is the stuff they want to watch versus the other crap, the lost 2K mukbang, the Jollibee mukbang. You saw the comments there were a lot more negative versus this where it's a lot more positive. I would think Chantal, that she's all into the analytics and the algorithm, that she would pay attention more to the viewers and what they're saying, but she doesn't. It's all about what she wants to do. See, a lot of people posting positive comments. They want this kind of stuff. They want to see other things besides her eating, but she's not paying attention. She's trying too hard to cater to one niche of people, and that niche that she's catering to is leading to her health declining, but yet she just won't stop. Because she has said in the past that doing mukbang content it's effortless, it's easy. All she has to do is buy some food, sit down and eat it and run the camera. There's no effort involved. There's no editing involved. It's just doing what she loves and getting paid for it. And she's not really getting it through her head that times have changed. The mukbangers, they're taking it up a notch with different themes, making things more colorful, making things more exciting. And she has not caught up to their level yet. She still thinks that she's back to 4 or 5 years ago where she could just do whatever content and it's going to sell. Well, obviously it's not selling as well as you would like, Chantal, because look, yeah, 3.4K views. All right. You did a museum vlog. It's something other than food. Great. But learn how to make it interesting and then more people will watch. So that's it for that react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Didn't cover too much of the mukbangs because I don't want to. I don't want to cover Chantal eating. If y'all want that kind of content, let me know, but I don't think you do. I mean, it's not the most attractive thing in the world. But let me know what you feel like in the comments. And I hope everybody has a great day and please take care of yourselves. Have a good one, y'all. Bye-bye.